if we make contact with them. I think in this century, we'll probably pick up signals from an extraterrestrial civilization.
It never entered the imagination of scientists and astronomers that an alien invader from another planet would boldly invade our solar system so soon. But Oumuamua has defied all expectations.
Nothing else in our solar system looks like this.
Identified by some as an alien spacecraft, Oumuamua tumbled into our solar system in October 2017 as a complex package for many astronomers, causing them to engage in a battle of guesses. Now, when everyone seems to be recovering from its early appearance, it is shockingly back. Elon Musk is certain that it is not alone. Why is the strange visitor back? What does it mean for humanity?
The first thing we might like to know is how massive Oumuamua is.
Keep watching to find out. October 19, 2017 was a good day to observe the infinite expanse of space as Oumuamua navigated through it. And thankfully, the Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System, Pan-STARRS-1, was not sleeping on this. This was the first telescope to catch the strange visitor as it wandered into our solar system. The Pan-STARRS. One telescope belonging to the University of Hawaii is funded by NASA's Near-Earth Object Observations (NEO) program and has proven to be a worthwhile investment ever since. Boasting the world's largest astronomical camera with nearly 1.4 billion pixels, this telescope watches over our skies, monitoring things that might be moving or changing in brightness, including asteroids and comets that may threaten the Earth in the future. While it diligently carried out this duty, Oumuamua was caught by its sharp lenses, keeping it in view as it navigated through the new environment. Astronomers have long made guesses and postulations about the existence of interstellar objects like Oumuamua. However, many of their ideas were abstract until the strange visitor finally arrived. Thomas Zurbuchen, an associate administrator for NASA's Science Mission Directorate in Washington, spoke in line with this in November 2017, stating, "For decades, we've theorized that such interstellar objects are out there, and now, for the first time, we have direct evidence they exist." Moving at such outrageous speeds of about 25,000 miles or 40,000 kilometers per hour, we could say that Oumuamua was already faster than other known space objects of our solar system, but astronomers and scientists alike were yet to see the most interesting part of this mysterious visitor. On September 9, 2017, Oumuamua surprisingly made a successful slingshot past the sun at a mind-blowing speed of 196,000 miles per hour. In other words, it was moving as fast as 28.5 thousand feet or 87.3 kilometers per second, which is astonishing. Such speed raises numerous questions and might even risk a few doubting it if it hadn't been observed firsthand. The first sighting of Oumuamua had sent space agencies from every part of the world scrambling for their telescopes to investigate the strange object, measuring its orbit, brightness, and color. In this battle of telescopic investigation, even ESO's Very Large Telescope in Chile was brought on board. As researchers worldwide examined Oumuamua, interesting revelations about Oumuamua's strange characteristics were gradually brought to light. At this point, SETI Institute astronomers began to look for any form of radio transmission from the object. But being initially nameless, one might wonder why this strange interstellar space object is called Oumuamua in the first place. Certainly, the strange object did not cruise into our solar system with the name Oumuamua written on it. Instead, the astronomers who discovered it gave it that name. The name Oumuamua is of Hawaiian origin, and it means visitor from afar, telling a brief story about how far the strange object has come. But apart from the distance it had traveled to get here, other things the interstellar object stood out, and this includes its looks, which were very strange when closely observed. Here, telescopic details reveal Oumuamua as an elongated, rocky, cigar-shaped object with a reddish hue that crowns everything. Further observations also present Oumuamua to be about 1/4 mile or 0.4 kilometers long. In other words, it is about 400 miles or 643.7 kilometers long, and as if that wasn't enough, Oumuamua was also proven to be quite elongated, as measurements showed its length to be about 10 times as long as its width. Overall, this look was quite strange to astronomers and space scientists, as it contrasted deeply with the majorly spherical space objects floating around our solar system today. It formed a fragment of Oumuamua's unique set of characteristics, which made its identity even more questionable. But what other unique attributes did Oumuamua possess? From its looks, Oumuamua appeared to be a rocky interstellar space object, and merely being this was already worth astronomers' attention. However, it got even more interesting when it became clear that Oumuamua, as an interstellar space object, embodied strange features. Since its discovery, its unique characteristics have kept it in the headlines, beginning with its exceptional speed. This exceptional speed reached its zenith when it slingshotted past the sun, with a velocity previously seen only in fictional movies. Still, its fictional speed is not the only thing to note about Oumuamua's movement. Instead, on a close look, scientists could also see that Oumuamua was not affected by the sun's gravitational pull, as it demonstrated what looks like a non-gravitational acceleration. This is seen in how it could comfortably change its trajectory while moving past the sun, disregarding the laws of gravity. Imagine Oumuamua taking that swift trip past the sun with scientists all watching with keen interest, expecting it to go through the usual route that follows the sun's gravity. But this did not happen, as Oumuamua soon slightly deviated, changing its path by 0.1% with an increase in its speed, which got scientists shifting in their chairs. A force, of course, had to be responsible for this shift in trajectory, but the question is, what could this force be? In terms of Oumuamua's unique shape, it not only had an unusual shape, but also a massive size, measuring around an extension of 800 to 80 yards, about 2,600 feet long and 260 feet tall. But that's not all. Oumuamua also seems to have a strange pattern of illumination. On a fast, alternating scale, it is found to go from being dramatically bright to growing dim every 7.3 hours. This reveals another unique thing about Oumuamua. It is not just moving, but tumbling through space while spinning around its short axis as it goes. But here's the kicker. Oumuamua's tumbling and spinning around its short axis the way it did is only possible without leading to an explosion, because Oumuamua is most likely constructed of a more hard and durable material than the soiled snow that makes up most comets. The color of Oumuamua is also worth noting, as it is dark red. This is the color of several moons in the outer solar system that share one thing in common. According to spectral data, the radiation from space may have damaged their organic ice. While this might also be a possible explanation of Oumuamua's color, Karen Meach of the Institute for Astronomy in Hawaii states that the dark red color of Oumuamua might have also been caused by iron. All of these come together to form the uniqueness of Oumuamua. As Elon Musk puts it, these unique characteristics displayed by the interstellar object might give us deeper insights into life in other star systems. But another question still looms. Where did Oumuamua come from? Though it is clear that Oumuamua is an interstellar space object visiting our solar system, the question of where it originated from has become one of the century's biggest questions. Initially, an in-depth analysis of its orbit had pointed to the possibility that Oumuamua may have originated from Vega. Here, Vega is also known as Alpha Lyrae, the brightest star in the northern constellation of Lyra and the fifth brightest star in the night sky known to contain debris disks. According to astronomers, if Oumuamua had originated from Vega, traveling down here would have taken about 600,000 years. However, this belief no longer takes root, as Oumuamua's Vega origin has recently become debated due to a trajectory modification. Now, recent attention is turning to the possibility of Oumuamua coming from a different location. Here, the options are quite broad, with the possibilities including the likelihood that Oumuamua might have been orbiting our galaxy for billions of years now. There is also a chance that Oumuamua may have traveled hundreds of thousands of years to get to us, going through over 20,000 star systems in the process. As long as this sounds, it is nothing compared to the lifetime of our galaxy, which is about 10 billion years old, having about 200 billion stars in its makeup. We can agree that Oumuamua's travel time has been considerably long. But amidst this long period traversing through space, astronomers are convinced that this might be the first time Oumuamua encounters a new star system in its long and lonely journey. This is seen in how it moved past the Sun at a speed similar to that of nearby stars. But where did Oumuamua come from? To find the answers to this question, Oumuamua's trajectory was determined back to the time before it even entered our solar system. This task was carried out by Corinne Baylor-Jones of the Max Planck Institute for Astronomy, who compared the trajectory of Oumuamua's path to previous positions of about 7 million stars, which he tracked using the Gaia spacecraft. From here, he ventured into a playback of the orbit of these stars, including that of Oumuamua, to find similar paths or points wherein the orbit of any of these stars overlaps with Oumuamua's. From this rigorous study, 4 candidates managed to emerge with their paths being close enough to the rewound track of Oumuamua. Among these 4 candidates, one is considered Oumuamua's home. However, determining it is not simple. According to Elon Musk, Corinne Baylor was stargazing when he noticed something odd. He discovered that Oumuamua's course had emerged between 1 to 2 Oort cloud radio, or 100,000 to 200,000 astronomical units, AU. This encounter velocity for each of the possible homes of Oumuamua was quite high, ranging between 6 to 16 miles per hour, leaving scientists in a twisted spot. Some scientists soon concluded that Oumuamua might be a planetesimal or construction block expelled at the beginning of a planet's creation. However, as a planetesimal, having such a high ejection velocity due to merely encountering bigger planets is also quite unlikely, though not impossible. Such a high velocity could have been easily achievable if Oumuamua was a product of a binary star system. Yet, none of the 4 candidates of Oumuamua's most likely origin are binary stars. Could there be a loophole or some gap in our knowledge? The future will tell. Another hope that shines in this situation is that more Gaia data will be released soon. This will help astronomers find a more accurate candidate in the search for the origin of Oumuamua, as its data will enable astronomers to further backdate neighboring stars' motions to get more results. Regardless of which star Oumuamua may have originated from, there is still a question of what might have happened to send it flying through space, away from its home. In line with this, scientists have brought forward numerous things that could have happened to Oumuamua to send it tumbling through space at such a fast pace. One of the possible events includes a pair of cosmological bodies colliding to produce Oumuamua. Another possible event includes a supernova explosion that could have caused the interstellar object to break out from its home, thus becoming the first stranger from afar in our solar system. But what type of interstellar object is Oumuamua? Oumuamua is the only known interstellar visitor that has tumbled into our solar system. However, a question that stirs boldly at us here remains. What type of interstellar object can Oumuamua possibly be? To some, Oumuamua takes the form of wandering asteroids of doom, predicted to have the capacity to crush Earth someday in the future. But it gets more interesting as other astronomers like Garrett Levine of Yale University consider Oumuamua in line with a distinct concept of ice fragments, which had long been ejected from the rocky disks forming distant planets and are now routinely entering into our solar system as interstellar debris. According to these astronomers, this interstellar trash will likely take the form of comets, showing signs of vaporizing and illumination as they navigate our solar system. However, while it makes a lot of sense to place Oumuamua in this category, something seems wrong with the predictions of what these interstellar debris are to look like. Now, whether or not Oumuamua is truly interstellar debris takes a different description from what astronomers had expected. This means that while Oumuamua could be a true example of interstellar debris that has entered our solar system on various occasions, we may not recognize it as such because it doesn't align with the comet-like description initially given to it. But what if this is why Oumuamua appears so peculiar to us? And does other evidence prove that Oumuamua is indeed an interstellar debris? From what we know, it is impossible that Oumuamua is just an ordinary fragment of a destroyed planet. And a strong reason for this is the non-gravitational acceleration that Oumuamua displays. We will leave it at that for now as the story continues. The attempt to determine what type of interstellar object Oumuamua might be is not yet over. Scientists have surprisingly made even more shocking speculations that would blow your mind. Here, other speculations of what Oumuamua may include its being an interstellar comet or asteroid, which is highly debated among scientists. But it gets more interesting as some well-known astronomers like Avi Loeb have declared that Oumuamua is even more terrifying, finally providing evidence of the existence of extraterrestrial neighbors. According to them, Oumuamua is a deliberately built spacecraft belonging to an alien civilization that has traveled so far to learn about us. But how possible is this? Well, we'll look into the facts and available evidence, but first, let's talk about the pressing debate between other astronomers and scientists. Some of them believing that Oumuamua is likely an interstellar comet, while others believe that it is an interstellar asteroid. So is Oumuamua an asteroid or comet, or an alien spacecraft? Let's consider the arguments about Oumuamua being a comet or an asteroid. A comet refers to a cosmic snowball composed of frozen gases, rocks, and dust known to orbit the sun. Though they may vary in size, most comets are said to be the size of a small town when frozen in their current state. However, when they approach the sun in their orbit, they rapidly heat up and release a trail of dust and gas, forming a colossal, glowing tail that can occasionally rival the size of a planet. Now, the part of the comet that forms a tail or a coma while orbiting the sun majorly boosts its acceleration. While this explains the heightened acceleration of Oumuamua while it slingshotted past the sun, this is where the comet is noticeably different from Oumuamua, which lacks any visible signs of a coma. According to Meech, on observation, no gas was seen being spewed out of Oumuamua, not even the CN gas which drags off the comet during water expulsion. And comets are said to contain a large amount of water, which visibly gets expelled by the sun's heat. Still, Oumuamua showed no such traits, ruling out the possibility that it is a comet. Here, another point of differentiation is the reflectivity of Oumuamua, which is oddly brighter than a regular comet's. Measured, Oumuamua's reflectivity was about 10% instead of the 4% of comets. This shows that Oumuamua has a different thermal composition from comets. But how about the possibility of Oumuamua bringing an asteroid? As for asteroids, they are small bodies of rocks found in numerous sizes and shapes known to orbit the sun. Here, a major distinguishing factor of Oumuamua from being an asteroid is its shape. While Oumuamua takes an elongated and extended shape, asteroids are mainly spherical, and this is not to mention the other weird behavior of Oumuamua, like its non-gravitational acceleration, which asteroids are not capable of pulling off. Therefore, if Oumuamua is classified as an asteroid, it would be very strange. So what about the possibility of Oumuamua being an alien spacecraft? With all other options fallen to the ground, the possibility of Oumuamua being an alien spacecraft stands tall with daring astronomers like Avi Loeb, a Harvard scientist upholding the theory. Also, in line with this belief, the chief of the Pentagon UFO office surprisingly gave his voice to this possibility. Here, he boldly talks about the likelihood of an extraterrestrial mothership in our solar system. If that is not frightening enough, they are also likely sending out microscopic probes called dandelion seeds in their troops to investigate our solar system and planets. It gets even more serious. This is not a joke. The activities of this mother spacecraft are well coordinated, like space missions launched from Earth into space for investigation purposes, wherein data is collected and brought back for analysis. The study, which shows the possibility of Oumuamua being an alien spacecraft, was recently discovered in a document released by Sean M. Kirkpatrick, the director of the Pentagon All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, founded by the Department of Defense in July 2022 to find and investigate space objects of interest. The study was in sync with that of Harvard professor Avi Loeb, who is certain that Oumuamua is an extraterrestrial spacecraft created by an advanced alien civilization that is well able to overcome the challenges that the task may have posed. Well, as interesting as this sounds, this theory has been heavily backlashed by other scientists who state that an interstellar space mission is infeasible, starting with the outrageous distance to cover before anything else. These scientists have also backed up their opinion with the fact that previous scans on Oumuamua have shown no sign of being a spacecraft, as it lacks all forms of radio signals. But what if this is a purposeful act by the interstellar neighbors to stay hidden? We'll never know. So, what next? Indeed, the investigation of Oumuamua has been one hell of a ride for astronomers. However, this is the biggest opportunity ever presented to scientists to help them understand the cosmos outside our solar system. Oumuamua is receding from our solar system and is no longer visible. However, though it is no longer visible, it is still very much present, as a few large ground-based telescopes continue to track its course. Elon Musk estimates that Oumuamua will enter the Kuiper Belt in 2024, surpassing its edge in 2025. He also predicts that Oumuamua will pass through the Voyager's most remote points in 2038. The experiences that Oumuamua provide astronomers are eye-opening, causing them to look into the past to see what may have been missed for various reasons, and you'd be shocked at what they found. Now, astronomers estimate that an interstellar object similar to Oumuamua passes through the inner solar system at least once per year. However, they are faint, hard to spot, and have been missed until now. The capacity to spot them is only recently possible with now available survey telescopes, such as Pan-STARRS 1. It is exciting to know that as science and technology develop further, future visitors like Oumuamua will not be undiscovered again. This is also the best way to unravel the mystery of alien life, as we never know what will stroll into our solar system soon. Thanks for watching. Don't miss this video you see on your screen right now. It's truly unbelievable.